everyone, welcome back to IGY6 Dog Training. How you guys doing? So you've seen some previous videos with about the right kind of lead for leash training, behavioral training, distraction training. So here's my main lead that I have. That's, only about 5 feet long. This is where you put your hand and your wrist. This is the actual lead. This is the slip that you can go down to tighten right around their neck, or not their neck, the base of their head. This is what goes around the base of their head, and this is what clips to their collar. Now remember, when you use this, use it gently, use it correctly and positively. Don't use it to pop the dog, because I'm against popping the dog, but you can still use this to help switch to different areas, get them to lightly pull up to get them to sit, and then they will eventually start listening to you, and when they do, reward them. The other lead, this lead right here, I actually, when I back up, you'll actually see how awesome it is. So this is a 15-foot lead. They make different size leads. See the carabiner, this is so it can wrap around me, and I'll show you in a second. And the lead continues to continue all the way down to where I have, come here buddy, where I have it connected to his harness. Notice it's not on his collar, it's on his harness. So this is where it's also good idea that you get a harness when it comes to training, so that way you want to get them away from that slip lead or the Heather's Hero, so that you don't choke them. So here's the lead, as I was talking about. You put it around your waist. You have multiple spots here to hook the carabiner. Twist the carabiner, and now, come on bud, the dog is now connected to you. This is also good when you're camping or you're going on a hiking trail and you want them to give them a little bit more freedom, but not too much, because you don't want them to get hurt, run somewhere they shouldn't, or get bit by something they shouldn't. But this way they have more freedom. This is also great for typical dog leash and lead and aggression training, as you can see. So this way we give the dog a little bit more freedom, more room. And then you just keep walking. And you notice, because of the way the other leash was, once you start going a different direction, the dog will soon follow. This is why leads are essential to dog training. I'm not really doing full dog training, I'm doing more tips, what to do, how you should utilize the leash and the leads as well. Come on. So again, you're gonna have to go back to the beginning of the basics, kind of like how you saw me before. Switch, switch, switch. You're going to be doing that, but now you're going to be doing it with a lead. This also helps with loose leash training, because now the dog is going to know that it has more freedom. So I'm going to walk a little bit. Let's see if Jack stops with me. Come on, bud. You notice he's walking with me, he stops with me. This is why it's essential to get that Heather's Hero style leash or lead, and then you can work up to this lead. Come on, bud. I got it caught around my foot. And he is continuously following me. I don't even need to do the switches. Who's a good boy? And remember, when the dogs follow you, reward them. So I get these at Costco. They're like beef jerkies, but I tear them up a little bit. They're really stinky treats. Really stinky chewy treats are the best for training. Dogs love them. Sit. Yes. Yes. Sit. Wait. Come. Yes. Good boy. So this is also good, as you've seen. Sit. Yes. Wait. Come. Yes. Good boy. So you notice this is also really good for loose leash training, like I said before, because you're giving them more freedom, more to do, more smells to smell, and you're really trying to work on those distractions, the body language, and you're trying to get them to work with you. For instance, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this lead off of both me and Jack. So you can see it's now off of me. And it's now off of Jack. I'll show you. This is how nice it is to have a lead like this. Sit. Wait. Come. Good boy. Sit. Yes. Wait. Come. Yes. Good boy. So that little bit of weight where my back was to him, that is a little bit more advanced. You want to, if you're going to turn your back on him, turn your back only like 1 or 2 steps and keep increasing the steps each time you do it. But you see how the longer lead really helps the dog learn to be with you, to stay or wait. Come. Good boy. If you notice, I had to say come because he's already sitting. He was waiting. Now he's already in the up position. He wants to continue to follow me. He wanted the treat. Good boy. So again, it's essential to find the right kind of leads, the right kind of harnesses, so that you don't choke or hurt the dog. I would prefer the Y-shaped harnesses that go around their shoulders, clips down and around their belly. However, since he is a service working dog for me, for my own PTSD, he does not have the Y-shaped harness. Those are a little bit easier for the dogs to rip off of them. That's why I agree with the Y-shaped harness. But he has had the kind of training that he does not go ballistic. Again, all dogs can learn that. They don't have to be service dogs. It just takes time and consistency. Hey everyone. All right, so you just saw how the long leads are that work, that really work well, that you can wrap around your waist, your body, clip on a harness. If you don't have a harness, you can do their collar. Just, I don't recommend that because if they pull, they choke themselves. So I don't like that. We don't want to choke the dog. We don't want to hurt the dog. We don't want to give them extra anxiety. So harnesses are the best there. So going back to the leashes that I use, which are Heather Hero. They do make other versions of these, but I really like the Heather Heroes. They just feel like they're more sturdy, they're more durable. They work through their biting and everything. So here is the part that clips to their leash, or sorry, to their collar. Here is the part that, with the slip that tightens, that you can maneuver to the size of their head. And then here's that little metal clip that goes around their snout. Once it's around their snout, you clip it all together and you tighten it. And this is the part where your hand goes. I'll demonstrate again. Come here, buddy. Sit. Yes. So, like I was just demonstrating, I open this up so I can fit it around his head. You need to give enough room for the head and the snout. Let's start with the head first. Put it around the head. The little boy wants to play. Then you put it around the snout. Once you've done that, bring it up. Come here, bud. Tighten. Once you tighten it, you got this little part to put to their collar. Now, you have this lead that does not choke the dog, which is perfect, because again, you don't want to choke the dog. You want it to go around the base of their head and then around their snout. So this way, if they start tugging or pulling and you know there's a distraction on the other side, that's when you immediately, he's rolling around and playing. Come here, bud. So that's when you immediately just turn around and go, all right, this way. And then once you get out of shot of whatever is causing the distraction for the puppy, that is when you start doing more trainings like sit, We're not playing right now. We're not playing. Again, he's not even 2. He likes to play. Sit. Good boy. Wait. Make sure you do hand gestures. Sit. Wait. Make sure you do that. And then if you advance to place, I know I've done some little small hand gestures because that's where he's at. Make sure you go place. Or if you eventually want to do like the center that I do, like you see him right now. Center. Good boy. You do the big hand gestures. And you notice pressure. Yes. You notice when he went center, he's giving me pressure. Again, that's for my PTSD and my service training. And then more that you can do. Come here. Yes. Instead of that, the one I just did, I'm going to do return. Jack. Jack. Return. Yes. Good boy. So he pretty much was where he needed to be. That's why he just sat. So I'm going to have him wait. I'll say return again. You'll see how awesome this is. Wait. Return. Return. Yes. Good boy. So you notice how he returned, but he was to my side. Let's try this again, but this time I'll do center. Jack. Wait. Center. Good boy. So as you notice, it's all about consistency. It's all about the training. Even though this is my service dog style of training with that whole center and the return, it doesn't have to be a service dog for that. If you just want the dog to be near you, teach it return. If you just want the dog to be near you but safe, teach the center. It's all about consistency. And just because there's certain service dog style trainings that I might introduce and you don't want a service dog doesn't mean you don't have to train it. Train it. So going back to the leash, you did get the snout off, so I'll kind of show you what it's like with the snout not on the slip lead. It's still nice, still goes on the base of their skull, but if they're a heavier dog like my 55 to 60 pound horse I got right here, it makes it a little bit harder if it's not around the snout. But you notice he has his vest on, he's chill. This lead is perfect. I'll go kind of around a little bit and again show you how nice the lead is. Come on, bud. Come on. Yes, come. Yes. So as you can notice, he sees what's causing a distraction. There's multiple cars moving. There's kids, there's wagons. He can see it. But if you notice, he still wanted to be with me. And you can't really see it. See if I can angle the camera down. He's just sitting right there. He just automatically started to sit with me. That's all part of the leash training, the leash aggression. Getting the right kind of leash, the right kind of leads to teach and train all sorts of kind of walking you want to do. If it's loose leash, no leash, hiking leash, you're in a more open area but you know there's a chance it might run off, but you're not hiking. That's where the longer leads come into play. 15 feet is good, 20 feet is awesome. I wouldn't go much more than 20 feet unless you're at a campsite and you want to hold them in one spot but you want to give them room to run, then I'd go 25, maybe 30. But I wouldn't go more than 15 or 20 that's wrapped around you, because then you start getting into more danger zones. Say if there is a snake on a trail, you want to hurry and pull the dog towards you. You don't want to give it that extra room. But this is why I don't believe in retractable leashes, because then it will be walking with you and then run. But when you have the right kind of lead, or the 15 and 20 foot, and you're doing this training, and now knows what its boundary is, it knows how far it can run, and it knows what it can and cannot do. And it not only helps the dog mentally, but it also won't physically hurt the dog. And not only that, it will help you mentally and physically, so that you don't have to be like, oh great, it's running, or oh great, I'm about ready to rip my arm out of my socket. We've all been there with those retractable leashes. Don't do that. If you have a dog that shows leash aggression or super high energy, but all you have is a retractable leash, this is why. Get rid of the retractable leash. Find the right kind of lead. But if you do get the slip lead, again, I cannot stress this enough, don't pop the dog. I don't believe in popping the dog. The whole point on this lead is to keep it near you without choking the dog. Anyways, thank you guys. You're all amazing. Please like, share, subscribe. Have a good day. Oh, and don't forget that notification bell.